Hi, in this video, I would like to show you why and how the Jihad War is funded. By definition, Jihad War, or just Jihad, is the advancement of Islam in the world to include the elimination or subjugation of Islam's perceived enemies and infidels. At the core of the Jihad ideology is the belief that the world belongs to the Muslim God, and that when all people worship this God, there would be peace and harmony in the world. Since jihad is a religious war, it doesn't have to make sense. This ideology is, of course, detached from the ongoing reality of the consistent wars and conflicts within Muslim denominations, ethnic groups, and tribes since the beginning of Islam, with no end in sight. The problem is that when taken literally and into extreme, this utopia is to be achieved by violence, propaganda, and indoctrination. Currently, the Jihad War is targeting Jews and Israel in an ever-increasing force, both violent and non-violent. Hatred demonstrations and enticements are becoming ever more common and frequent, and much of it is done under the protection of free speech in democratic countries. Jihad is not just a long-term war, but a never-ending war for an unachievable goal. The reality of the so-called Israeli-Palestine conflict is fueled directly by the jihad ideology. As such, it is not resolvable by conventional methods, because jihad ideology has no provisions for any compromise for the achievement of the Muslim utopia in the world. War is expensive, to say the least, and somebody has to pay for it. This somebody is now primarily Qatar. Qatar is a small peninsula in the Persian Gulf. It has no resources other than oil, but this is enough to make it the richest country in the Middle East. It can feed and educate many disadvantaged children around the world, but it chooses to fund the Jihad War. When Judea and Samaria were still under Jordanian control, not Israeli control, and Gaza was under Egyptian control, not Israeli control, when the living conditions in those areas were deplorable, the Jihad War was already in full swing. Not against occupation, apartheid, or human rights violations by Jordan and Egypt, but against the Jews and Israel. A former Egyptian president, Abdul Nasser, was especially outspoken about his wish to rid the Middle East from the Jews, and I personally recall his radio broadcasts vowing to throw the Israeli Jews into the Mediterranean Sea. In 1964, he organized the first Arab League summit in Egypt, and 13 Muslim countries attended it. During the summit, he spearheaded the formation of the Jihad War funding system that is still in operation today. Qatar provides the funds for it through the Palestinian Council Organization, and the Palestinian Council Organization is to distribute the funds to its member organizations according to their demonstration of loyalty and devotion to the Jihad War. The three organizations that are more familiar in the world are the PLO, BDS, and Palestinian Authority Organization. The Palestinian Authority Organization, which now governs the Muslim population in Judea and Samaria, is actually a new version of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, which is a terrorist organization. It might be fair to say that the Palestinian Authority organization is the fox that guards the chicken coop. Any expectations that the Palestinian Authority organization would ever compromise its Jihad core mission in good faith are most likely delusional. The people who run the Palestinian Authority organizations are paid gigantic amounts of money just to keep the Jihad war going. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.